Welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. Really glad you're here. If you're brand new, please make sure to say hello and tell us where you're from. Watching the replay, hashtag replay, and the same thing. Yum, yum. Okay, so here is the pork that I bought. This is ground pork. So we're gonna open both of these. Now, because I said we're gonna cook once and we're gonna basically make 2 meals, we're gonna start doing our pork together, all right? All right, here's my skillet. Use any kind of skillet that you do have. I'm gonna put just a smidge of oil in the bottom. Pork does have fat in it. This is an 80-20. Make sure you take the paper off. That being said, I wanna make sure that we have enough in there, okay? So there it is. So I'm just gonna break this up. Look, breaking it up. Breaking up is hard to do. I'm gonna put this on the stove and we're gonna get that. Our first dish that we're gonna make is naked pork egg rolls. Ha ha ha! We're gonna make some naked pork egg rolls, and by naked I mean we're not making the outer wrapper, the outer shell. So this is gonna be egg rolls in a bowl, basically. Now, I want you to use the ingredients that you have. Sometimes when we make Asian dishes, it calls for a lot of weird ingredients that we don't normally keep in our kitchen. I have several of them and I'm gonna use what I have, but I'm gonna try to give you some alternatives if you don't have all this. Okay, so what goes in egg rolls? Well, obviously cabbage goes in egg rolls. Now I went ahead and shredded it because I'm gonna use my cabbage in 2 different ways as well, right? Because we're making 2 different things. I want my ingredients not to go to waste. You can either shred your own cabbage or you can buy it pre-shred, up to you. This is a head of cabbage. I'm also gonna put some celery in. Now this was 2 stalks of celery. And because I'm trying to make things a little different, instead of just chopping it normal, I cut it on a bias, like at an angle. So, you know, like here's the celery, right? Instead of just chopping, chop, 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 I turned my knife and chopped, chop, 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 okay? And so then what it does is it gives us these longer pieces, and they look a little different, right, than just your normal average celery. So I got that. Anyway, so 1 onion, I just diced the onion up. Then I've got some green onion. We're gonna use these, all of these for both recipes. We're gonna need some garlic and some ginger. If you don't have fresh garlic, use garlic powder. If you don't have fresh ginger, use ginger powder, you know, ground ginger. Easy, easy. All right, so I'm gonna check the pork. Let's check the pork. La la. We have our wooden spoon. I tend to use wooden spoons in the skillets, especially, you know, these are non-stick and I don't wanna mess it all up. Okay, so see, I'm just breaking it up. Do you do this with your hamburger meat or your pork because you don't want big pieces? So you take your wooden spoon and you beat the crud out of it. I kind of take out all of my frustration, right, when cooking meat. All right, back on the skillet we go. So I've got my garlic. I'm gonna put my knife on top, give it a smack. Here's the second one. Give it a smack. There we go. Give it a smack. 3 cloves of garlic, and we're gonna need some ginger. Now I'm gonna just mince. Okay, I got my ginger here too. How much ginger? Well, ginger's kind of potent. So it's up to your taste, but chop it up fine. Nobody wants to get a big old bite of ginger. All right, so I've chopped all that up. La and da. All right, let's check our pork. Our pork is doing lovely. Say oink, oink. All right, now, it isn't cooked all the way. It's almost cooked all the way. But at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add my onion, okay? Onion in. I'm just gonna set my onion on the top. Okay, back on the stove it goes. In this skillet, this is gonna be our naked egg roll skillet, all right? Even though I started my pork in that other skillet. Now, for this, I am gonna start with a little sesame oil. About a tablespoon of sesame oil. If you don't have sesame oil, it's okay. You could use a regular canola oil. About a tablespoon of sesame oil in there. To this, I'm gonna add my celery, my ginger and my garlic, and remember the cabbage that we did? All right, so I'm gonna put in about half of this cabbage because I'm gonna make a slaw with the rest of the other half for our tacos, right? Okay, so that's going in there. Okay, and so I'm gonna put the Siracha seasoning in there. Okay, because we want this spicy. Hubby likes spicy, spicy food. All right, so we got our Sriracha seasoning in there. Ha! And I'm gonna add some rice vinegar. Just about a tablespoon of rice vinegar, okay? If you don't have rice vinegar, you could use apple cider vinegar. A little different taste, but it's okay. All right, so all this is on. I'm gonna actually put this on the stove over there and let it start cooking. Let's check our pork one more time. Look, there's the pork with the onions on it. I'm gonna give it a stir and work the onions into the meat. All right, back on the stove. We're almost done with this. We're not big carrot fans. I mean, I like them, but nobody else in the family does. So I decided to stay away from the carrots. That being said, I wanted something in these egg rolls other than just cabbage and pork. So I have a bag of frozen edamame. Now these are, you know, like soybeans, right? And so this is what they look like. They look like little green beans. These are frozen, so they're kind of hard, but I usually just stick these in the microwave in some water, salt them down, eat them like, I love edamame, and eat them like popcorn. So, there you go. So that I have something else in my naked egg roll, I'm gonna add these. But you say, we need some color. Yes, we do need some color. I changed the recipe. Look, red bell pepper. So, all right, I just chopped up some bell pepper. I'm gonna take this bowl. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna dump this in the pan too. Look, oh, pretty now, isn't it? We have cabbage. We have cabbage. We have, garlic. We have celery, edamame. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. All right, you see I really didn't use, there's not that much liquid in here, and the cabbage is wilting very well. See? There you go. We're just gonna allow that to keep cooking. And now we're gonna pull our taco meat over. So here's our taco meat. Okay, now, pretty much cooked. So here's what we're gonna do. And really, look, not a whole lot of fat. It's one of the reasons I rarely cook meat in a skillet. You know me, I put everything hamburger in a steamer and steam the hamburger meat. We've done that episode twice. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. The magic is about to start. Here's our veggies. Aren't these awesome veggies? Yum. Here's our meat. This is our pork and our onions. We're gonna take half of our pork and onions and go ahead and put it over here, okay? So we've got half over here. The other pound, which is left, is gonna be for our tacos, okay? Now, what am I gonna add to this to allow it to continue cooking? Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and add a tablespoon or two, depending on how much you like it. This is light soy sauce. You can use the this is unleaded. You can use fully leaded if you want, okay? So, oh, and this has got a squirty thing, so that means I have to do one of these. La, 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 la. So a couple of tablespoons of soy sauce, all right? Then I'm gonna go ahead and put in green onions. This is like 6 green onions that I've cut up. What else do we want in there? The last thing I'm gonna put in here to let it cook just a little bit longer is sesame seeds. So I'm gonna put, a good tablespoon of that in there. You know I'll write all this down, right? Yes. All right, so there we go. Oh, are you looking at how beautiful all that is now? Naked egg rolls. I'm telling you, naked pork egg rolls. Okay, I'm gonna put this back over there because I want it to cook a little bit longer and all the flavors get yummy together, right? Because we just added stuff. Okay, ready? Here we go. Back on we go. All right. But Cindy, what about those pork tacos? What's the second meal? All right, here's the other pound of cooked pork and onions, right? So now we have to doctor this one up. To doctor this one up, I'm gonna add two things to it. Two things to it. The first is taco seasoning. I am gonna add probably, I'm gonna say 2 tablespoons. I gotta get the can opener. Red enchilada sauce. All right, that's it. Look at that. Yum. Putting this over here. We're gonna let it cook a little longer. Are we done, Cindy? Oh no, silly. What do we have left? Look, this is the other half of the cabbage. All right, so there's the other half of the head of cabbage. I'm gonna add a little bit of mayo, and this is mayo, not whip. Maybe, yeah, just a quarter. I'm just gonna do a 1/4 cup because you guys know, okay, lime juice. I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of lime juice in there because I like it a little zingy. I am gonna add just a little bit of taco seasoning because I want all of our flavors to kind of go together, right? This is a meal, so it should all taste well together. So about a teaspoon of taco seasoning. The good thing about the taco seasoning is it has the garlic. It has, oh, I should have saved some of those green onions for this, shouldn't I? Oh, well. It has the garlic. It has all of the salt and pepper and all of that in there. So there you go. All right, I'm gonna put this, and really that's all you have to do. I mean, there's no magic to coleslaw, right? Really, no magic. Now, I did the lime juice. I need a little vinegar. I'm just gonna use this rice wine vinegar. I normally would use apple cider, but I just like a little kick, and the rice wine vinegar is right there. All right, so there you go. I'm so bad, aren't I? It's the whole cooking thing and not measuring. I think my mother must find it hilarious that I'm doing a cooking show. Because when I was growing up, the whole thing is Cindy can't cook. I mean, that was all the time. All right, everything's getting ready. And so I'm gonna pull a couple of other things. While you were sleeping, I don't know if it was while you were sleeping or not, I made a pot of rice. You don't have to, because our naked pork egg rolls, especially if you're doing a keto thing or something, you know, where you're no carbs, you can eat that just like that. And that is a whole meal. And I think it's gonna be very filling. For my family, they like the carbs. So what I thought I'd do is I made just a pot of, this is jasmine rice, but you can make any kind of white rice you wanna make, okay? So, of course I made it. Now I gotta fluff it. Fluffer nutter. Oh, and I gotta show you something. Your mom, you went to the pool instead. Well, it was kind of a joke in our family. You know, Cindy can't boil water. She can't tell when things are done. Actually, I could do all those things. I didn't want to do those things. And so, there you go. All right, so this is a lovely, isn't that beautiful bowl, a little pedestal bowl? So I'm going to put a little rice in the bottom of my bowl, okay? And then, I've turned this off. Look how gorgeous that is. Look how beautiful. Now, obviously, you can put it in a large serving bowl, and that would be fine. You can put it in a large serving bowl, put it in the middle of your table, have everybody help themselves, right? But because we have to taste, and oh, look at that. Look how lovely all that is, right? All right, look at that. Yum, yum. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside. And then I'm gonna, just for pretty, I'm gonna take some sesame seeds and just sprinkle on the top, just to be pretty. Okay? And there, friends and family, is a beautiful naked pork egg roll over rice. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Isn't that beautiful? All right, let's taste it, shall we? Let us taste. Let us taste. See if I can get the perfect little bite here. No, I need meat and rice and everything. Okay, ready? It's very hot. Mmm. Happy dance, yummy dance. And look how pretty. It's a pretty meal. All right, let's get on to the pork tacos. Two things. I went to the grocery store this morning. They had these Southwestern tortillas, and they were warm. Oh my goodness, Cindy, they were warm? Yep. Snow is gonna be stuck to you. I know, she loves me. So anyway, there's our tacos. I'm gonna put that over there. Then, I gotta show you something else. I like everybody to be able, hubby's doing good. He really is, Michelle. He had his second COVID vaccine yesterday. I like everything to be able to be served and everybody to be able to get the things that they want. And so, these are the condiments I'm using. There's a little fresh cilantro. These are little triangle bowls. A little fresh cilantro. This is some Mexican cheese, because I wanted to. A little mango pico de gallo. Look at that, very pretty. Then there's some guac. Some people like guac on theirs. There's some pickled jalapenos, because you gotta have a little zing. And then this is a new thing, this little sauce right here. This is a new sauce that I just found. Thought I'd share it with you. It's the Herde, whoops, let me get, there. Cilantro lime salsa cremosa. So it's like a creamy cilantro lime salsa. Very good. Got a little, whoo. It could be a lazy Susan, but it's just a lazy Cindy, because, you know, there you go. Anyway, so I like these little, I like the little triangles because you can mix and match. You can put however much you want. I eat out of them. All right, so let me get, and then I'm gonna serve my taco. I know that this looks like a tray that you would put beside your bed, but actually for me, it's perfect for tacos. Like I can put 2 tacos on here, and there's my little plate. So this is actually a tray, but I'm using it as my taco plate because I use my stuff everywhere. All right, let's get our taco meat. Ta and da. All right, look at this. Look at that yummy taco meat. Swimming in seasoning. It's got onions in there. Swimming in enchilada sauce. Look at that. No dry, yucky meat here, right? Okay, so there you go. All right, so here we gotta figure out, what do you want on your taco, right? So I'm gonna put a little bit of guac on the bottom. You can make your taco any way you wanna make your taco, right? I'm gonna spread some guac on the bottom. Gotta have a little pico, right? Gotta have some of that on there. Life would not be right without some jalapenos. These are great if you like. These are called candied or pickled jalapenos, and they're just lovely. I mean, just lovely. Okay, so jalapenos are in there. The little creamy sauce, I'm gonna drizzle, no, I may drizzle the creamy sauce on the top. Okay, I'm using a slotted spoon because I love the enchilada sauce, but I don't wanna wear it, okay? So I'm putting my meat on there. Yum. I'm gonna have a little of my coleslaw that I made. Look at that, putting the coleslaw on the top. You can eat the coleslaw on the side, or you can put it on your taco. I'm putting it on my taco. okay? And then to top it off, I think we need a little bit of the Mexican cheese. This is like a grated Mexican cheese. We're gonna have to have, I'm using my hands, sorry. Some fresh cilantro because, and then this new little creamy cilantro lime, I'm just gonna drizzle on the top. So look at that. We took a head of cabbage and made 2 things. We took 2 pounds of pork and did 2 things. And so we have 2 complete meals. You could go ahead and cook both pounds of pork with your onions and go ahead and have one of these meals one night. Put that pork in the refrigerator in a container, and then the next night or 2 nights later, take it out and add the other. Cojita, yes, sí, it's cojita. Did I tell you that snow in Spanish is nieve? And I didn't realize that she had been owned by Spanish people. And so the whole first day, they told us her name was Snow. And I was like, snow, snow, snow. And nothing was happening. Then my daughter looked up the Spanish word for snow, and it's nieve. So I had to go, nieve, snow, buena niña, good girl. Buena niña, good girl. I mean, you know, I'm like having to learn Spanish. Oh my. Anyhow, look at this. Is that the most gorgeous thing ever? All right, ready for a bite? Ready for a bite? Let me see. I stuffed it so full. I stuffed it way full. I'm gonna make a mess. I always do. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. 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 I don't know which is my favorite. I love Mexican food. But this had so much flavor in it. Oh my goodness. So there's our meals today. You know what we didn't have is an adult beverage. I'm so sorry. You know what? Maybe we get Jessica to go get the rum chata, the peppermint rum chata.
Tequila?
Huh?
Tequila?
No. We're not doing tequila, are we? Woo, yuck. You guys need to come to my house. Whoo, I just hit that jalapeno. Yeah, no tequila. Okay, so here we go. Remember, forever, we were gonna make a recipe with peppermint bark rum chata, but then we couldn't find it, but then we found it, and then Philip drank it all. We'll just have a sip with a little. Look, isn't that cute? Just a little baby shot glass. We'll just have a little sip. A whole shot. We should have a whole shot. Maybe this will cool off the jalapeno. Yes, Lisa. All of this Polish pottery from More Polish Pottery is dishwasher, freezer, microwave, and oven safe. The only thing you cannot do with Polish pottery is put it on the stove top. And the website is morepolishpottery.com, or you can go to your phone store, your cell phone store, you know, Google Play or the Apple Store, and you can download the free app, More Polish Pottery, and do all that. You guys, I'm full already almost. I hope you enjoyed. Oh yes, Jessica needs us to tell you if you're from Nevada, Minnesota, Arkansas, Montana, Vermont, or Wyoming, please tell us because she wants to mark them off the map. Before we leave, I have one final thing to tell you. My husband and I are the 2 goofiest people on the planet. We totally are. And we're always buying each other stupid, funny gifts. Like, one year I told him I wanted a beach house, and he bought me this little tiny, beach house. Ha, ha, ha. Right? This is what came in the mail yesterday. Oh, Arkansas. Okay, well, The proclamation. So we now own 10 square feet of land in Scotland, and that gives us the right. Oh, look, Connecticut. Oh, there's Minnesota. Woohoo! That gives us the right to be called Lord and Lady Pirtle. So you may call me Lady Cindy. Isn't that the funniest? I mean, I know it was it was just a money-making thing and kind of kitsy and goofy. But this is the kind of kitsy goofy things that my husband and I do to each other. So now we're walking around the house going, my lord, my lady. And quite frankly, Joanne asked me if there was any benefits to being a lady. And my response was, well, I do get to sleep with the lord of the manor. All right, you guys, I know, too much silly. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and that you give a shot to some ground pork, because it's a great idea. So you can have this lovely naked pork egg rolls over rice or without. Or you can make these fantastic pork tacos with the yummy coleslaw. You guys, I had a great time. I hope you did today. And I will see you again on Tuesday. From my kitchen to yours, make sure you make it a yummy day. Bye, everybody.